To the Colts on Monday Night Football from M&T Stadium, just a handful of hours away. A win for Baltimore means they're alone atop the AFC North. We will go live inside the stadium where Lisa Salters is on the scene to report on which questions about Lamar Jackson his coach Jim Harbaugh finds insulting and what the realistic expectations are for the Ravens this season. Josh Allen and the Bills made a statement in their win over the Chiefs. Does that statement read, the Bills are now the best team in football, Josh Allen is the favorite for MVP, and Alabama gets knocked off in College Station? Our college football insider on where the Tide stand in the playoff race and who gained the most from the big upset Saturday. Things can change a lot in 1 week of football. Hey, I'm Max Kellerman, and welcome to This Just In, a fast hour around the world of sports and how I see it. Let's get right into it. Woj bomb. It's at least a grenade. Philadelphia 76ers officials and Clutch CEO Rich Paul have made progress in talks in recent days towards bringing All-Star Ben Simmons back to Philadelphia in the near future, sources told ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. Yeah, I think Rich Paul finally told Ben Simmons, dude, we ain't getting this money back. You better get your rear end to Philly. That's pretty much the way that reads. Meantime, Ravens' first-round pick wide receiver, Rashad Bateman, with his groin injury, will remain out another week, a source told ESPN's Jeremy Fowler. The Ravens put Bateman, who had surgery in August, on IR before week one. I'm dying to see what this Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson looks like with a do-everything receiver. Bateman may not be amazing in any one area in college, but he was an excellent all-around receiver, the kind of guy the Ravens have not had for Lamar Jackson. And Steelers wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster dislocated his shoulder, is undergoing shoulder surgery later this week. It's expected to be sidelined for about 4 months, which would likely end his season, just what the Steelers need. And some news about how their passing game will be affected negatively, as though they haven't had enough problems with their offense this season so far, this past week's win notwithstanding. Okay, on to Bills-Chiefs. It appears the AFC quarterbacks have closed the gap on Patrick Mahomes. The Bills were designed, let me look. Before I even get to that, Josh Allen's been outstanding, just as Justin Herbert has and Lamar Jackson has. And those three guys have all beaten Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs this year. It used to be, not long ago, I remember, a couple of weeks ago when it was like Mahomes is in a class by himself. And these other guys are on the level right below him. No. Now, even if you think Mahomes is the best, and I do, he's the best, and they're all kind of on the same level, I would say. Meantime, the Bills were built to beat the Chiefs in the offseason, right? They knew they had some work to do to get over the hump. They lost to them last year. They spent those draft picks on a defensive front. They could just keep throwing guys at Mahomes, and it worked. Here's Mahomes on the crucial turnovers of the game last night.
It starts with me. I think 3 of them were on me. The interceptions and then the fumble at the end of the game. And so I have to correct that. I have to be better. It's something that I've not usually done in my career, but I have to reevaluate where I'm at, what decisions I'm making. I've been kind of a crazier player as far as scrambling and making throws, but in my career I've never been someone to throw a lot of interceptions. And so I kind of have to look at it now and go back and reevaluate what I'm doing and I have to cut it out.
Joined now by NFL analyst Jeff Saturday and senior insider Chris Mortensen. What's up, guys? Jeff, the O-line that the Chiefs, made in the offseason, they had a lot of work to do, and that's why they couldn't improve the defense, right? They had to spend their picks there, but it's really good on paper. But usually, I don't know if you understand about O-lines, Jeff. Do I need to explain this to you? Or it usually takes some time to gel, right? Before they have to get in some chemistry and get in a rhythm. Is this good? How much longer do you think this takes?
Honestly, Max, I think they're starting to hit their stride a little bit from an offensive line perspective, right? The first few weeks, the right side, especially the right tackle in particular, was giving up some pressure, and you saw Mahomes trying to have them make some different plays. But as this game, they ran the ball effectively yesterday against the Bills. They did some good things that they can build upon. But you heard Patrick Mahomes, and this is the truth of it, Max. They have been sloppy with the football since week one, and they've been compared or likened to the Jaguars. I think they may be tied with the Jags for the most turnovers. Listen, turnovers are infectious. And the minute they start to happen, people start making them. And like he said, 3 of them were on Mahomes last night. You can't do that and beat good football teams. I'm just telling you, as you walk through the NFL, the number 1 factor in football is turnover ratio. By the way, the number 2 is big plays. The Buffalo Bills won on both fronts. They turned them over 4 times, and they hit 4 big plays, maybe 5 big plays Josh Allen did. So as you watch the Chiefs take on these good opponents, and they have had some really good opponents, they're failing because of self-inflicted wounds.
Wow, yeah. And by the way, that was always Patrick Mahomes. Big plays without the turnovers. Take me inside, please, this Bills offseason. How did it prepare them to beat the Chiefs?
Well, it's really started a team building by General Manager Brandon Beane and Coach Sean McDermott. It goes back a couple of years. And it started, by the way, when they picked Josh Allen, because they knew they had to get a franchise quarterback in 2018. But they also were cleaning up their salary cap. So it took the last couple of years of some offseason moves, but in the draft, addressing that defensive line. You saw the deep rotation they have. This year, it was using the first-round pick on Gregory Rousseau, the Miami defensive end, who everybody saw as a project. Only as time went on this summer, it looked like he's ready to play. And then Boogie Basham, a Wake Forest defensive lineman. But they have about 8, 9, 10 guys, and they know that all roads go through Kansas City until proven otherwise. And so everybody in the AFC has basically designed their team to beat the Chiefs.
And Max, let me just say this too. Don't underestimate how well Josh Allen played. But Brian Daboll, the offensive coordinator, probably called his best game of the season yesterday. And listen, he started out that first 3rd and 2, and I know we showed it some highlights. The first 3rd and 2 was a call it and run it to the quarterback. He's following Singletary up in the gap. Later on that drive, they score on a counter bash, and guys are going different ways. When you look at that, Daboll set Josh Allen up to succeed, and then he took full advantage. So give credit to that offensive coordinator who's using those pieces and parts to really set themselves apart.
Yeah, let me just add something on Josh Allen. I probably invested more time on him of the last 10 years of any quarterback coming into this league. The reason why is he played at the Mountain West Conference. Everybody knows about his junior college, and nobody wanted him in college. I can tell you that leading up to that time and talking to different Mountain West Conference coaches, they told me if there was a drive that you had to go win a game, Josh Allen was going to find a way to will his team. He has a tremendous presence on the field. He has a high football IQ. His best days are clearly ahead of him. His teammates love him. Yes, he has the physical skills. And I would say this, like, if Josh Allen is a football playing quarterback, and he's getting better at that. Justin Herbert from the Chargers is a quarterback exactly the way you would draw it up, except I'm not sure who you would pick if Josh Allen is going against Justin Herbert, and that actually might happen this year.
Yes, it will.
In that cold weather in Buffalo, big, strong, athletic kid with a big arm. Didn't have to turn out this way. This was far from a fait accompli with Josh Allen. Right. This has worked out almost perfectly from this. The best case scenario. All right, the Bills visit the Titans next Monday night. Let's look at some other storylines from Sunday. The Cardinals, led by quarterback Kyler Murray, scored a season-low 17 points, but got help from their defense to improve to 5-0 for the first time since 1974, which leads the NFC Conference. Meantime, in Cincinnati, the Bengals tied the game against Green Bay with about 3.5 minutes remaining. From there, chaos ensued as there were 5 missed game-winning kicks, most of them by Mason Crosby, before Mason Crosby himself finally nailed the game winner.